Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Krishna conscious, keep the family peaceful. When the children start fighting with each other, then your mother has to say, don't fight. Keep peaceful, keep calm. You want to have a nice peaceful home. So how to keep the home peaceful? You have to have Krishna consciousness. You have to chant. You have kirtan, regular kirtan. You know, one devotee was asking me the other day, he said, you know, I get my children to chant. I make them chant 1 round a day. I said, I think better, rather than trying to force them to chant on beats, it's better you do kirtan with them. It's a bit more fun, you know. I think they enjoy kirtan more. And it's more bringing everyone together when we chant, when we do kirtan. To get people to chant on beads, it's a bit difficult. To get people to, especially children, you know, younger children, to expect them to sit and chant on beads, that's quite difficult, quite demanding. But kirtan is something which they like to take part in, you know. And even the children become peaceful when there's kirtan. They like kirtan. And we see a lot of children, they're learning to play kartals and mridanga. We have some young children, 5 years old, they're leading the kirtan in the temple in Vrindavan. Even, you know, because they grow up with kirtan. So these children are very fortunate. If you can give your children Krishna consciousness early in their life, it's a blessing. It's a great blessing for them. Because from their very childhood, they're having the opportunity to cultivate Krishna consciousness. So, in the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna describes when a yogi is almost perfect, but not quite perfect, the yogi will take birth in a family of devotees. And therefore, in the family of devotees, from the beginning of life, they have the opportunity to take part in devotional activities and to chant the holy name, to have prasadam, and see the deities, go to the temple, and see the deity, these things. So children, if they can learn these things in the beginning of life, it's very good. They're very fortunate. So as mothers, you want to encourage your children like that. You bring them to temple. You show them how to offer obeisances to deity, to bow before the deity. You don't want to be pushing their head to the ground, you know. But you want to encourage them. At least they come to the temple and put their hands together, bow their head. And gradually, if they see others bow down, then they will also do it. We have nice programs for the children as well, you know, reciting slokas from this Bhagavad Gita, different prayers, very nice. To learn, the children who learn these slokas, they learn in the childhood, then throughout their life they will remember. Just like Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, our founder of the Krishna consciousness movement, when he was a young boy, his father had him trained to play mridanga. And he could play very nice mridanga. And he could also play harmonium. And Prabhupada actually said, when he was a young man, he said there were young women who wanted to marry him because of his harmonium playing. I don't know how you could make out much money just playing the harmonium. Anyway, this is one of the things about women. They like to see men play instruments. So encouraging the children with these things, getting the children to be a little Krishna conscious. And of course, preparing nice prasadam for offerings to Krishna is very important. The kitchen is the heart of the home, most important part. So you, as ladies, you have to cook. If a lady can't cook, oh my goodness, what is the good of a wife who cannot cook? It's a problem. You definitely need, every lady should know how to cook, to be able to go into the kitchen and cook nicely for the family. You say, well, I'm working, ladies are working. Yeah, maybe working too. All right, but still your real work is at home and cooking for the family. Very important. So we have ladies, we've had a lot of ladies come to Krishna. They learn to cook. They start learning how to cook, because before they would just order everything, call up and delivery. So that's not very good way of getting food. The best food is cooked at home. And the mother cooks at home. Mother will cook with love for her family, and she will naturally cook with that devotion. So that's very important. So we do encourage the ladies, you have to be able to cook. And you can learn. We have, of course, nowadays you can learn everything on the internet. Whatever you want, you can go to the internet. We'll teach you how to do it. And there are other ladies. We have many people come to us in Hong Kong for cooking classes. We have regular cooking courses, and many people, Chinese people, they come, they learn from us how to cook. We've been having cooking classes there in Hong Kong for more than 30 years. So it's very popular. Vegetarianism in Hong Kong is very popular. Now, a lot of people say, oh no, my family want to eat meat. The problem is because you don't cook nicely. If you cook nicely, cook nice food, you can attract them to also be vegetarian. So it's very important. If the family if you just cook very plain, rice and dal and sabji or whatever, you have to cook very nicely. You have to cook nice dishes to attract them, the aroma. When people see it, even just the aroma and the appearance, they should be attracted to the food and want to eat. So people, of course, they become westernized because you come to this culture here in this country. And so people are often meat eaters here. There's a lot of meat eating. And of course they eat a lot with onion and garlic, these kind of things. But devotees, we avoid these things. And our food is often very delicious, very nice. And you go to any of our centers around the world and you'll see how nicely they cook. One devotee was just telling me they were in London, and they said, oh, they had such wonderful prasadam. They said they'd gone to the temple and there was some marriage going on, and they said the prasadam was just amazing, wonderful. And they cook very nicely. So it's important. You may think, oh, I don't like cooking. No, but it's a duty. This is the dharma for the lady. You should be cooking nice dishes for the family and pleasing them, keeping them happy. And then also we said kirtan is important. And of course now you're coming here for classes, it's very good. Yeah, you should come regularly, come together and have satsang with the other ladies and discuss the topics of Krishna. Now we have wonderful lady devotees in the Krishna conscious philosophy, ladies like Queen Kunti, the mother of the Pandavas. She was a great devotee. Now, she was widowed while her children were very young. And she was actually co-wife to Pandu. But Madri, when Pandu died, Madri did sati, and she also went with her husband, departed with the husband. And Kunti was left to bring up the 5 Pandavas on her own. So it was not easy to bring up 5 young children, and they had enemies, of course. Dhritarashtra, his sons, headed by Duryodhana, they were all envious of the Pandavas, and there was always a lot of competition and different intrigues and so many dangers they had to overcome. So Kunti, you could say she must have been very stressed. But Kunti doesn't say she doesn't say like that. She said, I wish all these things would happen more. Because the more their dangers, the more their troubles, the more I remember Krishna. So when we're in difficulties, when we're having problems, we have to take shelter of Lord Krishna. That's very important for all of us. And how do we take shelter of Krishna? Well, one way is by reading books like Srimad Bhagavatam. Another way is by kirtan, by chanting the names of the Lord. Just like Queen Kunti, she's chanting, if you read her prayers in the Srimad Bhagavatam, she's chanting Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandaya Nandagopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Oh, very good, yes, very nice. So, like this, we chant the name of Krishna. Namo Pankajanaಭaya, Namo Pankajamagine, Namo Pankajamitraya, Namaste Pankajamre. Yeah, we chant the names of Krishna. In this way, we forget all the miseries of this material world. We have to bring the mind out of the illusion. Don't be attached to the temporary. Come up to the transcendental platform. And we're so fortunate in the Kali Yuga, we can do it very easily by chanting the holy name. So we have wonderful songs given to us. We have wonderful slokas from Srimad Bhagavatam. We have to remember these things. We have to recite them regularly. So it's very nice if you make a habit to do like that. Just like in our temples, we have Mangal Arti every morning, 4:30 in the morning. You can go to Vrindavan, or maybe you're in Delhi or somewhere, wherever. And there's a temple, they have Mangal Arti, 4:30 in the morning, and they will sing the glories of Lord Krishna, and sing the praise of their Guru, and so on. They're chanting the holy name. In this way, they begin the day in an auspicious manner. So as devotees, you want to practice how to be Krishna conscious. How to be first duty, chanting the holy name. You have to chant regularly. We want you all to try to chant, we try to chant minimum 16 rounds, right? In the beginning, of course, it's an awful lot. We don't think we can ever chant so many. But we have to begin. Everything begins with the first step. In the beginning, you chant 1 or 2 rounds, then you chant 3 or 4, then you chant 7 or 8, and like that you increase. And in no time you will come up to 16 rounds. The 16 rounds will take you about 2 hours. You may say 2 hours, oh, I don't have so much time. Actually, we have time. We have a lot of time. 24 hours every day we have, right? So we have to know how to use our time. This is the problem for devotees, to make the best use of our time. So we have time for eating, we have time to sleep, we have time for cleaning, we have to make time for chanting. Of course, you can do the chanting when you're doing other things. Just like you may be cooking, you may be cleaning. I was in somebody's house yesterday. They had the vacuum cleaner. It was a robot, you know? Yeah. I thought, what's this? She was sitting there in the armchair with the vacuums going around, you know. So everything is automated nowadays. So, you know, cooking is not, however, you know, you still have to cook. You still have to do that. You have to do the shopping. You like to do shopping. Cutting and cleaning, you can always get people to help. Get the children to help. Get people to help to do these things. Just like Sunday program, when they have big feast. Kirtan Mela, who's cooking the prasadam for Kirtan Mela? Devotees.
They have a kitchen there. All the 3 times.
Oh. So, all organized. A lot of people needed to cut and clean and cook. So devotees, prasadam is very important, you know. It's for Krishna. We cook for Krishna. We want to offer things for Krishna. So other ladies not only have to cook, they also have to take care of the children. They have to look after their education. They go to school. You have to make sure they're learning, doing their homework. Sometimes you have to help them with their studying. You have to encourage them. So being a mother is not an easy thing. Taking care of a family, it can be a challenge. But Queen Kunti, you know, look at all the trouble she had. Her family, they all had to go into exile at one point, and they had to spend, I think, 14 years in the forest. So, it wasn't, how many years? 12 years. 12 years, yeah. Lord Ramachandra was 14 years. Yeah. So Panda was 12 years and 1 year incognito. So like that, Kunti had, and then the war came, the battle of Kurukshetra, and then Dripadi's children all got killed. Oh, so many troubles, one after another. So Kunti had a lot of trouble, but she never lost faith in Krishna. And she took advantage of all the troubles to remember Krishna. So she's one of the great devotees. And Draupadi, of course, is also a good devotee. Her chastity was threatened. Of course, people criticized her because she had married 5 men. It was sanctioned by spiritual authority. First of all, was not Kali Yuga. It was the previous Yuga. It was still Dwapara Yuga. And it was arranged that she should marry, but she didn't live with the men all at one time. It was one Pandava for 1 year, and then after being with one Pandava for then she'd live with another Pandava for 1 year. And if any of the Pandavas came when she was with the other man, then they would have to go away for a year, a few years. So many restrictions were there. So her chastity was questioned, and of course she was lost in the gambling match, and then they tried to disrobe her. But what did she do? Although she had 5 husbands, she took shelter of Krishna, and Krishna came as her unlimited sari and protected her chastity. So Draupadi is a great devotee. And then there's other devotees like Lord Nityananda. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was a sannyasi, but Nityananda, he was a grihastha. And he married 2 sisters. One was Janavi, and the other was what's her sister's name? Anyway, there were 2 sisters. Lord Nityananda married both of them. They were both daughters of Sanatana Goswami. Sanatana Mishra Goswami, not Goswami, Sanatana Mishra. And so he met, Vasudha. Yeah, Vasudha, thank you. Vasudha. She was the other wife of Lord Nityananda. So, Lord Nityananda married. And he was a Grihastha, and he had two wives, and they both sisters, and they didn't fight with each other. And Vasudha, she had children. She had, one was Ganga Devi, a daughter, another was the son. The son was, the name of the son, I'm forgetting all these names now. Anyway, he had one son who was a great devotee, great preacher. Lord Nityananda's son was, is that it? Veerabhadra. Veerachandra. We have a place where Lord Nityananda is from, Ekka Chakra. Have you been there? No? Yeah, you went there? Okay. From Mayapur, it's about 4 hours traveling. It's still in Bengal. It's in what's called Damodardesh. Anyway, Lord Nityananda had these two wives, and the one wife departed. The other wife, Janavi, after Lord Nityananda left the world, the other wife, she went on, she became the Acharya. She became the Guru. And she accepted some disciples. So she was very powerful. So women can also become Guru. Right? You want to be a Guru? Actually, in ISKCON we have many Gurus for ladies also. And usually they give shiksha. They give instruction. They don't give initiation usually, but usually they do give a lot of ladies do give instruction. Because they're working with many other ladies, they're guiding them, they're helping them, and they're Krishna consciousness. So ladies also can be gurus, but certainly in the home, they'll be guru, right? In the home they should be like gurus, because you have to train the children, and train the children nicely, then you can also become nice devotees. So we have nice devotee ladies in the Sampradaya, and they teach us how to be Krishna conscious. In Srila Prabhupada's time, Prabhupada gave a lot of encouragement to the ladies to be Krishna conscious. Sometimes Prabhupada would have programs in India, and they'd have big pandals. And in India, sometimes people talk a lot and very difficult to get quiet. Prabhupada had a big crowd of people, big pandals, and be so much noise there, people talking, because especially somebody's giving a talk, then there'll be so many other people talking as well. So then Prabhupada would bring a woman on the stage, a Western woman, and when they bring the Western woman on the stage in a sari and everything, then immediately everybody becomes quiet. So Prabhupada would use women like that. He liked to use everything in Krishna consciousness. So in the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says, Striyo Vaishyas Tata Sudras Tepi Yanti Param Gatim, that even though we be of lower birth, like women and Sudra and Vaishya, we can attain the supreme destination. So it's not a disqualification. Women also can go back to Godhead, not only men. And we want to encourage all you ladies to become Krishna conscious, to go back to Godhead. Right? Just like Dhruva Maharaj was going back to Godhead. he was up in Badrinath, and he was in Badrinath doing tapasya. He had retired from the world. Have you been to Badrinath? No? You went? Yeah, good. Yeah? Chardam, Badrinath, Kedarnath, Gangotri, Yamunotri. Right? You can go to the Chardam sometime in the summer. So if you go there, Dhruva Maharaj was there. Great sages were there doing tapasya. Did you do tapasya there?
Going straight to the tapasya.
So he was staying there doing tapasya, and then the Vaikuntha aeroplane came to take Dhruva Maharaj to Vaikuntha. So he was just getting in the aeroplane, then he said, "Hey, wait a minute." He said, "I can't go without my mother. My mother also..." And they said, "Don't worry, your mother is also going. There's another aeroplane there." And he saw his mother, and she was also getting into the aeroplane and going. Dhruva Maharaj wanted his mother also to go back to Godhead, because he said, she's my guru. She was the one who told me to go to the forest. When he was a young boy, when he was only 5 years old, his mother said, "Well, you can go to God." And he said, "Where will I find him?" And his mother said, "Many people go to forest to find him." So he said, "Then I will go. I will also go to forest." So Dhruva Maharaj went to the forest, and of course he found God in 6 months. After 6 months of tapasya, the Lord came. So Dhruva Maharaj, when he's going back to Godhead, he remembered his mother, that my mother is my guru. She helped me to find God. So she also went back to Godhead. So that's a great mother. We want all you ladies also to go back to Godhead, right? You want to go back to Godhead? Yeah? Yes, we should. We should all want to go back to Godhead, back to our home. Our real home is there with Krishna. So we have to develop our Krishna consciousness by hearing and chanting. It's very important for all of us. Make a regular program to do this chanting and hearing. You can do it. You know, in family life, of course, at home, it's not quite the same as in a temple. In a temple, everything happens on time, you know, everything is regulated, particular time, you know, 4:30 Arti, 7:30 Darshan, you know, 8 o'clock back. But at home, it won't be so regulated, you know, because, well, it's family life, you know, and things are not so stable. Some days this time, some days that. But still, in the course of the day, you want to be able to do these things. You should be able to do these things. Just like we encourage you. Whatever you cook, you offer. You know, you may cook in the morning, you may cook in the evening, whatever time of the day you cook. Probably like whatever we cook, offer it to Krishna. Make it prasada. That's very nice. And then you may not have time to read the Bhagavatam in the morning. You can read it in the daytime or in the evening. Whenever you get time, just find some time, somewhere in the day. It doesn't matter when you do it, but the important thing is we do it. We get it done. And just like chanting, we have to chant. Doesn't mean you have to chant every first thing in the morning. That's nice if you can chant early in the morning. But if you're not able to chant early in the morning, then you can chant in the afternoon, or you can chant in the evening. But any time, you know, there are no rules in this chanting. It's not like, oh, you have to do it at this time. But you can do it any time, wherever you get the time, you can chant. So we have to be a little flexible about these things, right? There are rules and regulations, but sometimes we have to adjust them according to the time and the circumstances. So in your home, the circumstances will be different from in the temple. Now what they do in the temple will be very straight and do everything on time and everything. At home it will be a bit different. But it's okay. The main thing is to get these things, to do these things. We cannot be too much attached to the rules and regulations. So Prabhupada was like that. He was quite flexible, and he understood, because Prabhupada himself had been a family man. Prabhupada was married, and as a family man he had children. They had 3 sons. And so he knew what family life was like. And he was a businessman as well. He had some business, he was traveling, and so he knew all the difficulties which are there. So Prabhupada is quite flexible in how he asks people to be Krishna conscious. We can adjust the rules and regulations according to the time and the circumstances. And we see examples like Prabhupada himself adjusting some rules and regulations. Prabhupada crossed the ocean. A sadhu is not supposed to cross the ocean, but Prabhupada crossed the ocean. He went to America on the boat. So he, for the sake of spreading Krishna consciousness, you can do these things. Another adjustment Prabhupada made, he initiated ladies in Krishna consciousness. Now previously, usually it was only men in the ashram, brahmachari, only men. But Prabhupada allowed young women also to come and be trained, brahmacharini. We don't have sannyasini. He didn't initiate any ladies as sannyasi, but he did allow women to come and be brahmacharini. The idea is that they would be trained up for marriage. Prabhupada liked all the ladies to get married. And he used to say that all you ladies have to get married. And then he'd say, all you men, you stay single. So they said, how to do it? He said, you find other men, make them do it. So anyway, like that, Prabhupada was adjusting everything because he saw Western culture. In the Western culture, women and men are mixed up. They're everywhere. In India, it's a bit more separate. Men here, women there, they separate more. But in the Western culture, everywhere, men and women are mixed up together. So women came and also wanted to be devotees. So Prabhupada also would initiate them. But he didn't ask them to shave their head, The women can have their hair, just tie your hair nicely and cover it like that. And like this, Prabhupada would bring them and allow them to be also Krishna conscious. So Prabhupada would adjust situations, adjust things according to the time and circumstances. People like to have programs in their house. Prabhupada would encourage them, okay, you can be Krishna conscious at home. He didn't say everybody has to come and live in the temple. Of course, Prabhupada didn't live in the temple himself. Prabhupada lived at home. He took up Krishna consciousness as a householder. He never lived in the temple as a young man. He was a family man, and he encouraged people in their family life to also take up Krishna consciousness. So Prabhupada would give everyone the opportunity to do some kind of service for Krishna. doesn't matter what is your position in society. You don't have to be a brahmana, you don't have to be a businessman, you don't have to be rich or poor, whatever. Anybody, everywhere, in any position, they can do service for Krishna. So this is how Krishna consciousness is applied. We try to encourage everyone. We want everyone to become devotee of Krishna, to chant Hare Krishna, and to take up the practice of devotional service. Main things: chant Hare Krishna, worship Krishna, and read the books about Krishna. Right? Read the books. We have small books, we have big books. You know, somehow, even if you don't like to read, try to hear. And we have many recorded lectures, and every day there's lectures online. Just like here, we have every morning Nityam Bhagavata Seva. And do you hear that every morning? You listen to something? Yeah. So like that, if you're very lucky, every morning people are speaking, and usually Hindi, Nityam Bhagavata Seva. So it's an opportunity for you to hear Krishna conscious katha. And you can also ask questions too. So that's early in the morning, 6:45 actually, every morning we have the Nityam Bhagavata Seva. But during the daytime, like here today, you have a program. So there are other places also where ladies get together and they will have their own programs, their own sangha. And they'll have their kirtans and their katha. So we encourage you to take advantage of these programs. And if it's possible, if you get the opportunity, then join also some of the yatras. Go to the holy places. Every year they will have some kind of yatra, going to visit the holy places with the devotees. And that way you get nice association with people, with devotees. I was in Sri Lanka, and we went there. We had 80 devotees from China, and we had a couple of hundred devotees from USA and India. All in Sri Lanka, yeah. We all went to Sri Lanka and we visited different places around Sri Lanka. And at the same time, we were hearing katha on Sundarkand Bhagavatam. Not Tulsidas, but Valmiki Ramayana. Yeah. So it's a very nice program. For 3 weeks we were there visiting, and we saw all the many different places, and we had very nice katha.
Is there any particular difference, obviously altogether different, but Tulsidas Ramayana versus Valmiki Ramayana, is there any difference in how or how do you understand?
Well, I haven't read both of them, but Prabhupada told us that the actual Bhagavatam is Valmiki Ramayana. So Tulsidasi is a later version.
Okay. This is what later.
So I don't know how much what Tulsidas says, how much of it is authorized.
Okay. So Valmiki Ramayana.
Yes. So that one devotee actually, he's bringing out the Valmiki Ramayana verse by verse with the translation of every word. And when we were in Sri Lanka, there was this one lady came, and she could sing the verses of Valmiki Ramayana. And somebody was playing violin, and somebody was playing the and it was all very wonderful presentation, of the Ramayana. So like that, we encourage, if you can take part in these kind of programs, like many devotees, they were they were in Vrindavan for Kartik, and in Vrindavan at Kartik time there's a lot of katha goes on. So we encourage devotees, try to take part. Even you can't join these things physically, you can often join them online. You know, like they have the Zoom by Zoom. Take part in everything. We can take part. So there's so many activities which help our Krishna consciousness. Rupa Goswami mentioned 5 activities which are very important. He said a little attraction for any one of these 5 things will give you perfection. And he mentions, first of all, is association with the devotees, and then hearing the katha, and then also worshipping the deity, and then sankirtan, and being in a holy place. So a holy place can make your home the holy place, right? You have the deity here, you put the altar here, your home becomes like a holy place. And so many devotees have come, you're having katha, so your home is like a holy place. And you go to temple is certainly a holy place. You may not be able to go to Mathura or Mayapur, but wherever there's katha going on, that is the holy place. Wherever the devotees are, that is the holy place. When Maharaj Yudhisthira greeted Vidura, Vidur had been away, he'd been driven out by Duryodhana. Because Vidur was telling Dhritarashtra, don't give Duryodhana what he wants. That this son of yours is Duryodhana, he is no good. Don't give him. And so Duryodhana got angry and told Vidura, you get out from here, we'll have you beaten. So Vidura left home and he went on parikrama, he went to visit the holy places. And he was traveling in the holy places for many years. And then after Kurukshetra war, then he came back because he knew Dhritarashtra's sons have all been killed, and Dhritarashtra's old and he's dying. So Vidura came back to preach to him, to encourage him, to try to save him. So Vidura came back, and Maharaj Yudhisthira, he greeted Vidura. He said, you are the personification of the holy places. He says, because you carry the Lord in your heart. So wherever you go, you make it a holy place. Vidura had come back there to preach, to tell them about the duties in life, our responsibility to become Krishna conscious. So Vidura is like a saintly person. And wherever the saintly person goes, they make that a holy place, you see? So you bring the devotees together, it has a lot of energy, spiritual energy. So this is the idea, to create the spiritual atmosphere. The spiritual energy transforms the material to spirit. Matter becomes spirit in contact with the devotee. So this is the idea. We want to make, you should not feel your home, oh, I'm in this home, family life, oh, I'm in this miserable place. No, we should see Krishna everywhere. At every moment in time, we should be thinking of Krishna. That this is Krishna's home. It's not my home. It's Krishna's home. And I'm here to serve Krishna. So this is important. You have to think like that. Yes?
But Maharaj, whenever we think of a particular dham, it just like that calling is always there, and you feel, why am I stuck here?
Yes, so?
It's hard.
Yeah. So you should go. Calling is always there. You're being called there. You go.
Yeah.
That's nice. But you don't just go to the holy dham by buying a ticket. You have to change your consciousness, you know. You have to be in that consciousness. Put yourself in the right consciousness to be in the holy place. And you can do that here. Lord Krishna himself said, Naham tishtani vaikunte yoginam hridayeshu va tatra tishtani narada yatra gayanti madbhakta. Krishna said, I am not in the hearts of the yogis, meditate, and I'm not in Vaikuntha, but I am where? Yeah, where the devotees are chanting my name. Right, so that's the idea. So the Lord is attracted to the devotees who are chanting His name. So Kirtan, very important, very powerful, that you can attract Krishna by chanting the holy name.
As you said, like Prabhupada used to tell everyone that okay, they can engage in the service without any differences. So what about like if there's some people who want to serve, but there again have a restriction that non-veg is going on at home until the time they can change everyone's heart. So there's a challenge for them. How do they deal with it? Like they want to serve, but they feel they are not eligible because there's some non-veg going on at home. But they want to cook for the Lord or for any devotee. Then how do they do it?
Well, they can do it at home. Usually what we say, somebody's non-veg, then you have to have separate pot. Have your own pot for cooking vegetarian, which they don't cook anything non-veg, and keep some utensils yourself, which are pure, which have not been used for anything other things. So that's how you can do it. You have to have some special utensil. And special spoon and knife also, like that, which has not been used for any non-vegetarian. And then you can use that for Krishna. One lady I know, she had 2 kitchens in her house. Because her husband and children were all meat eaters. So she said, okay, this is your kitchen and my kitchen. She had her own kitchen.
Maharaj, do we recommend separate vessels for anybody who is using onion, garlic in their...
Yes. 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 Because onion and garlic are very pungent. So you use the vessel which they're cooking, definitely you'll smell the onion and garlic. The better. Separate vessel. Onion and garlic is vegetables, but it's rajasic. It's highly rajasic. It increases that lusty. So we're already rajasic, when we take onion, we become worse, So we want a supplement for that, then we use things like hing. You put some hing in the food, you can cook with hing as a substitute. And garlic, it grew out from the dead cow. It's a very terrible thing. It's not something you want. Krishna certainly, in the temples, they won't use onion and garlic. Even the Buddhists, they won't use it. Even there's airlines
They will not allow their pilots to fly the airplane and to eat onion and garlic because it influences their judgment. They cannot judge properly for flying the airplane. So they won't allow them to take that.
For all the airlines.
I don't know all of it, but some airlines look like that, yeah. No. So garlic and onions, they're aphrodisiac. They increase the passion.
Maharaj, I came across one beautiful posture, Maharaj. There is a hand and a bird in it. One hand is holding the bird. One hand is holding the bird, and the other hand left the bird. The hand that is holding the bird is Maya, and the hand that is leaving the bird is Lord Krishna. But why do we feel the opposite all the time? Like when we are in this material world, we feel we are free. But when we try to come into the association, we feel we are restricted all the time. Why do we feel the opposite?
Well, that's the Maya, right?
Yeah.
And we're thinking so many things. This is the Maya. We have to understand Krishna's there everywhere. We have to hear more. Then you can overcome all of these doubts, all these thoughts. We will always think, oh, I can't surrender to Krishna, I have so many other things, so many excuses. We will always try to put things off. It's important to just hear and to chant. So Krishna sometimes very merciful, and the way in which he gives his mercy is he takes away the material attachments and he puts us into distress. And the more we're in distress, then the more we're able to approach Krishna. But when we're very comfortable, oh well, we're very comfortable in material life. We don't think about it so much. Oh, in the future, in the future I'll chant Hare Krishna. Wait till the end of life, right? We want to be like Ajamila. At the end of life I'll chant Hare Krishna. So Krishna puts us in distress sometimes. We put it in anxiety. That's good. It's a blessing. When Krishna, right? You want that mercy of Krishna? Usually you don't want it, no?
Thank you for the class. But my question is that in the material world, we have hankerings to get more, to get better. But in spiritual consciousness, Krishna consciousness, when we want to get better, like to do more chanting, to cook more tasty prasadam, or to read more. So how do we understand it? Is this also hankering or it's some...
Well, that's very good hankering like that. Your desire for more service, that's encouraged. That's very good. Desire for service, doing more service for Krishna.
That's not passion?
No, that's spiritual. That's transcendental. Right? Desire for the service of Krishna. Of course, we desire to do it, we desire to read more, we desire to cook more prasadam. We want to do these things for Krishna, for the pleasure of Krishna. The motivation has to be for Krishna, right? Not that I'm doing it for my own, I want to be a big devotee or anything. I want to serve Krishna. So the mood has to be right. So that's important for us. We want to please Krishna. When Krishna is pleased, the more we will make efforts, we'll accept difficulties for the pleasure of Krishna. The more we're willing to accept hardship. Just like Kunti, she had a lot of hardship, so Krishna was so pleased with her. Vasudeva and Devaki, they were in prison in Kamsa's house. In the jail, they were in the prison. And one after another, their children were killed. And Vasudeva and Devaki, they were also in distress. But they had Krishna didn't come and save their children. Krishna let Kamsa kill them. Because Vasudeva and Devaki, they had each other. They still had their companion, each other's companionship. So Krishna let Kamsa do his atrocities, and then later on Krishna came and brought the 6 children of Devaki, brought them back from Yamaloka. So Krishna likes to see us accept difficulty. The more we will try to surrender to Krishna, then Krishna is very pleased. Yes?
I have one more question actually.
Yeah.
So, sir, I have a son who is adult now, and most of the time he was out of the home for his studies, like from his childhood. Now he's with us for like, I can say almost 1 year. Now he'll probably be going again somewhere else for his career. So what should I do, and so that he will be more inclined toward Krishna and Krishna consciousness? What should I do more specifically?
Where is he going?
I don't know where he'll be going, probably Australia. Depends what does he get, like what exam does he clear. That depends.
Well, if you can encourage him to associate with devotees, that's very nice. Wherever he goes, if he can get the association of devotees, that will be very good for him.
There.
Yes.
Yeah, what can I do? Like here for this, like 6 months or 1 year, maybe 1.5 years, he's with us at our home.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to do certain things specifically so that seed, there should be like he's not having much inclination about Krishna consciousness. He's always into studies or on the gadget.
Can he be vegetarian?
No, he's not. We are, well, I am, but my husband and my son is not.
He doesn't have a desire to even eat vegetarian food?
I mean, sorry.
He won't eat vegetarian food?
He will, but he wants to have non-vegetarian as well. Because I don't cook non-vegetarian, he wants to have, so he just orders from outside. He gets it there. And when he was outside, he was having that only. He was in China before.
He was in China.
Before, yeah. So there was no option for him. He was not cooking there.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to like do certain things. I want to make the atmosphere of my house more conducive. But I'm trying, but the things are going very slow.
Well, you can do things like playing kirtan,
Okay,
the sound vibration.
right.
You regularly should play kirtan, and you can also show it on YouTube. The recordings, the devotees, all the people there. A lot of Indian people there. Yeah. Nice for them to see these things. How there's big gatherings, so many people. So I think it's important. Let them hear the kirtan, the sound vibration, the holy name. That's very nice. And you can also give him a Bhagavad Gita and tell him that you want him to read a little bit
Yes,
of this.
that I have done. And he promised me that we will read, because we generally have discussions about any religious topic. But he has another viewpoint, I have another viewpoint. So sometimes the clash is there. So I told him to read this Bhagavad Gita so that we can talk on the same line of thought.
Uh-huh.
So this he has promised me. I'm hoping for the good.
You know, probably difficult to accept just from the mother, you know.
Okay.
You know, it has to come from somebody else who he can maybe respect a little more.
Right.
Maybe he doesn't have the, you know, mother and father.
Very true.
But if he meets some young people more his age, and
Right.
from his life, you know, from his love, you know, studies are like that. You know, if he's in Australia, if he's in Melbourne, for example, so a lot of devotees there. You know, they have a lot of activity. Sydney,
Yeah.
Canberra.
It's not yet short, so whenever it's done,
Yeah.
sure. Thank you, sir.
But certainly, I think playing kirtan regularly, let him hear the holy name.
Because I generally play lectures, so Kirtan is better than lectures, you're saying?
Yeah. The holy name would have more effect. You play lectures, that's for your benefit.
Yes, but actually, I want to listen. Yeah, true. I will be
But if you play the holy name, then everyone will benefit.
Okay.
All right, any other questions then? So we're coming up to the auspicious day, Gita Jayanti, the day in which Lord Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita. So it's on the Ekadasi day, right?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
First.
Monday.
Yes, it's first. Monday.
So usually we try to have a program, and there'll be a special program, right? Where?
No, people there.
Kirtan.
Ma'am, we have a book table there. There are 3 stalls.
Are you going to go for the Kirtan Mela?
Yes.
Oh, all good. But if you don't go, you can read the Bhagavad Gita. Right? You can try to read some Bhagavad Gita at home. It's a very nice thing to do on the day of Gita Jayanti. And generally that's what devotees do. They gather together, read the whole Bhagavad Gita together. And Krishna spoke it quickly, spoke it but a couple of hours. So if you can read it like 2-3 hours. Then, so this is some prasadam.
Everybody can come and take this.
Yeah. Yes. Hare Krishna.